Hello everybody and welcome to Oz Scalemodeling and welcome to part 13 of our M3 Lee MiniArt tank build. You may notice if you've watched the last part 12 that not much has changed. So we've got a bit to do on this one. These I haven't even touched, which I'm seriously going to do this today. Alright, trust me. This part of the turret here, I mentioned in the last video that there was a little box. This ammunition, I'm guessing this the ammunition runs through this. It's got to sit on the inside there. Actually, it's going to sit that way, just in there. But unlike the rest of it, which is, this is all off-white. It's all going to be off-white. This is going to be the green. So I can't attach this yet. I'm going to have to paint this first before I put it on. So that's going to get set aside, along with this piece, which has a clear part attached, which will connect onto that part on the front there. You can see that. All right. Other than that, the barrel and the whole thing sits in there quite well. Not a problem at all. And then what I'm doing now is I've just pushed that in there. And that, obviously I haven't glued that in, so I will be doing that after I've painted it. But that sits really nicely on there. And of course the gun will rotate up and down freely that we want. So that's as far as that's going to go right now. I'm not going to go and paint anything here yet because there's more. I'd rather get more parts done that need to be primed and done in the white, like the interior of this and these parts do. So what we'll do now is, other than I'm doing this, we'll have a look at the instructions and see where we're at. So I'll be back here in a second. Just hang on a minute. Okay, so here's where we're at. So we've done all of this, steps 88 right through to 92. 94 is that part going in there that I just showed you, that little box. And then 95 is the last part, this all going together. At that point, when that goes on there, will be when all that gets painted. But I think this will probably even be fitted on the tank before all this gets painted as well. So that's all good. I've made a note that there's clear glass to go on that part there, so that's why we've got that separate. So all those bits are put aside. So we're going to go over the page, and over the page we're going to be working underneath and doing all the parts on the inside under here. Because that'll have to be done before the interior is all painted as well. So we've got a few bits to go in there. Looks like there's some rounds of ammunition that are going to go in there, which will be obviously different colors. So they will have to be done separately and put in there. And going by this as well, look at how much there is. There's quite a bit of stuff going on there that's all going to be different colors. So I'm just going by the look at this, and this is pretty much the first time I've looked this far ahead. It does look like I'll have to do all the white, off-white on the interior at this point before we start putting these in, because these all have to be painted beforehand and then put in place. Looks all good. It's going to look really nice down to here, which is another section on here. I'll actually show you this part that we'll be working on for this, which I have somewhere. Let me just grab that. Yeah, actually it's still on the sprue here, but that's the tub, I will call it. Okay, that's going to sit down in the top of the tank with the turret sitting on top. All right, but we need to be working on the inside of here first. Okay, so all right, well right now I'm going to go and find myself a comfortable chair, put some music on and get into some of this. All right, because it's got to be done. This has got to be done. So the next time I come back and show you on the camera, hopefully, I promise you, there'll be a substantial amount of these done, trimmed up. That's all we need to do, is just trim the bits of sprue off them and get them done. And then of course, that's only half the headache. And then we've got all these parts here, all these individual connection points. So anyway, I'm doing it while I'm motivated. So I'll be back shortly to you guys. For me, this is going to be a few hours away. All right. Okay, see you soon. Okay, welcome back. Yes, I've done quite a few actually. I'm getting there. They're the ones that are trimmed up. These are the ones left to go. And then I'm going to cut all these off, which won't need trimming at all. So they'll be fine. That won't take long at all. Just to be careful I don't lose them. You know, we've got like 2 on each one there. There's 1, 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 24 on about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 of these. So yeah, heaps of them. So I'll keep going and yeah, struggle on, and then we'll start working on that other part I showed you earlier. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Okay, back again. Now, I just need to show you these parts here, which are on step 96 we're doing, is the underside of the turret there, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm going to have to, I've decided I have to glue all these parts in. I was going to try and keep them separate, but they've everything on the inside here is going to be white anyway, so it won't matter if I put it all together first and then spray it. So first of all, we've got this that's going to sit on there like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue that in now. And then I've got the gun, or the back part of the gun, with the little submachine gun there. See that? That's going to sit down in there. It goes through the hole, and then the other gun goes up against, butts up against there. So that's going to stick into there like that. Okay, that'll glue into place. Then this that I've just put together is a little platform with a little wheel on it that sits on top of here, see? And it's going to sit like that. Somehow. Something like that, all right? I'm pretty sure I have test fitted it. Move it over a bit. There we go. So that's going to sit on there. Then on that part there, there's a little box that needs to go on, and then there's like a little hydraulic piece that goes over the top. They don't miss a beat. They don't miss a part, do they? It's incredible. All right. So what we're doing is these parts here. So that's that, which was 4 pieces on that, and that sits on top of there, which I just showed you. And then this part here, which I haven't put together yet, but those parts will go on, so I can glue them in first and then attach that on the side along with that. Okay, and then we can start putting in the ammunition rounds and the racks that go in there. They will be a different color, of course. So we'll be able to fiddle around and get those on, and a couple other small pieces in there as well, including a clear part, which we've always got to keep separate until the end because of the painting. All right, so yeah, that's going to go like that. All right, so I'm going to glue these parts now, and then we'll come back and show you how they look, and hopefully everything still looks good. All right, back in a sec. Okay, back again, and I just wanted to show you this little part here. There's like a strut that goes down in there, which it does go in place eventually. You can see it there, but if you're looking at the instructions, really good luck. All I can say is that one end does touch down on the bottom where there's a spot for it, and the other piece goes up where there's only one place it can really go, and it's not where it's not exactly as the instructions are showing, although the instructions are only just using lines to show the position, but that's in the right spot. The problem I'm having is with this piece is supposed to sit on there. Okay, now I had to make sure this was the right piece I got off, because it's just too big. It's just too big, and there's no connection points. There's nothing for it to sit on, and it's got to sit there somehow. I've been fiddling around with this for 20 minutes, trying to figure out how that sits on there. And trust me, that's not right. So in the next picture, and I will show you this, what I'm trying to do is put that piece onto there. See, there's two little tabs that do not fit anywhere on this at all, and then this fits in. So that's already glued in place. I've just got to put that on top. But you can see it's strange. It looks like it's got to go the other way around, but it doesn't, because if you go over to here, you can see it on there, that it is the right way, I'm guessing. And then there's no other photo to compare it to, so you've just got to guess. It does say it goes into there, but I've got a feeling it's showing it the wrong way. I think it goes lengthwise. All right, so rather than putting it, we've got it here. All right, as it looks like in the picture, sitting it that way, which is just wrong. I think maybe it goes lengthwise that way. See, like that. All right. I'll fiddle around with it a little bit more, and then I'll come back when I've done it and I've decided which way I think it goes. Okay, back shortly. Okay, so I've done it by what the instructions say. I've done it up and down, but you know, it doesn't look right. It doesn't sit properly. I don't know. Hey, you know, it's inside. No one's going to see it. That's the way I'm going to go back to saying, because yeah, I can't figure that out. So, but it's on. That's it. I'm happy with it. That'll do. Now what I'm going to do is the racks for the shells. There's 1, 2, 3 racks that go around there, and then the shells go in there. They're painted in a couple of different colors, so I will have to paint those first. But let me get them all off the sprue first. There's also another confusing part here I can see, which is this part here. So we've moved on from that. We're going to this now. These are the 3 racks we're going to put on the side. Then there's this piece here, which gives a close-up of this. So that bit going onto there, that's number 1 is white. Number 2, I'm not sure what the color is. Let me just check what that is. Number 2 is referring to black. All right, so there is a bit of black on that. But that then points to here, which then points across and onto here. And if you look onto there on the actual plastic, there's nothing there. It's just smooth. So, you know, I mean, and then of course further through the instructions, again, there's nowhere that shows that location you can go refer to double check on its position, because it doesn't, there's no other photos that show that location. Anyway, I'll work on these first. I'll get all the parts off and we'll struggle on. Okay, back in a sec. Okay, so I found out what that piece is. Oh, sorry about the camera. Let me fix this. Okay, so I found out what this part here was. It's actually the seat. And there is no location point. You're just going to have to guess what would be most comfortable for him. So that is really just going to sit in there like that. And from the top, you'll see that it's the seat in there. Okay. Now, these shells and cartridges that have got to go on, I'm going to do them completely separate. All right, because they need to be painted different colors. They need to be brass and olive drab and all separate. So what I'll do is I'll do them very delicately with the brush and all the rest, so that they're ready to pop in there after all that white interior is done. Okay. Okay, so I'll get these put together. May as well get them painted up too, so we can have a look, and then we can go and spray this white on the interior of this turret here. Okay, I'll be back after I've done more of these too. I'm getting through them a little bit by little bit. Okay, back in a sec. Okay, welcome back again, and here we are with the inside of this all painted. I undercoated it in the Mr. Surfacer grey primer, and then I've just gone over it with the Tamiya white, and it's all good. Now there's a couple of little parts in there that I need to touch up with some other colours. I think there's some silver in there for the barrel down inside there, and maybe a bit more that I've got to do, but that's pretty much done. Over here we've got the ammunition rounds that will sit in 3 positions on the side there. I've done them all just in white at the moment, and there's the seat. So there's our seat there as well. That's ready to go on, but around the outside of that is going to be black, if I remember right. Yeah, black, as well as a little bit of a spot underneath it as well. So I'll detail that with brushes. The same with these. We've got some gold leaf that I'm going to use there. X12. I haven't got brass, but that's close enough. So I'll use the gold leaf, and we've got the olive drab to use as well. The T, if you're wondering, means that I've already thinned this paint, and it's pretty much straight to go in the airbrush. All right, so I'll get on with that now. I'll get all the little detail parts, just letting this dry for another 10 minutes, and I'll put them in place, and we'll come back and have a look and see how it looks. Now, by the way, finished. Done all those. Well, I've done all those, but I've still got all these to go, and there's quite a few. But fortunately, I'm going to just be able to cut these off, and they won't require trimming up. So fingers crossed. But anyway, yeah, boy, did that take some time. Anyway, I'll be back shortly. Okay, back again, and we're just I've just put these the shells in there on the wall. They're all painted up, and the seats in, which you can see when you look down in there. And that's it. All I've got to do now is just do a few little touch up of some gunmetal on the cog system there that works to move this up and down. And there's one other little spot in there that needs a bit of olive drab. Otherwise, that is done. So very, very happy with that. So we're going to finish up the video here. In the next video, we'll be doing all the inside of this tub here. And there's going to be more shells. There's going to be lots of little bits and pieces, as you can see from here. So we're going to start working on this part here. Okay, so fantastic. All right, and in the meantime, I'll go cut all these off as well. So, all right, guys, thank you all, and all being well, I'll see you all in the next part, which will be part 14. Excellent. All right, guys, thank you all, and I'll see you then. Bye for now. Cheers.